All right, guys, welcome. Tony Porter, your host. Yes, he is, and he is here. And it is Universal Baseball Association YouTube channel, and we're replaying the 1982 California Angels, and we're using Field Day Baseball. Let's take a look at the lineup. It's going to be Brian Downing, followed by Fred Lynn, Rod Carew, Reggie Jackson, Bobby Grich, Don Baylor, Doug DeCinces, not Juan Beniquez, Tim Foley, and Joe Ferguson. And we're right about to get going here. On the mound for the Seattle Mariners is Gaylord Perry. He is a 3-column. These are the tall pitcher cards where you actually do have a bullpen role, and every game he will be a little bit different. He will have more control, less control, give up more home runs, fewer home runs, pick up more strikeouts, fewer strikeouts, and so on and so forth. It just depends on the stuff that he has on that day, which is kind of cool and realistic, right? It's realistic. You sometimes have your best stuff and you go out there, man. Sometimes you have your worst stuff, but you still grind, and somehow you reach back for a little extra somewhere, and you hang in there and you pitch a pretty good ball game. So it's really, and sometimes you have your best stuff and they just hit it, and you can't understand why. You scratch your head and you get pulled out early. So let's get started. Let's play some Field Day Baseball. Fantastic game. Everything is from the cards. So easy to understand. And trust me, I'm an app guy. I like roll, result. I don't like to do a lot of twists and turns to get all my information, right? Let's do it. So we're rolling 2d6. We're reading the black one first. 61. That's usually a strikeout. And it is a swing and a miss. And Brian Downing chases a Gaylord Perry spitter, right? He threw the spitball. He was known for throwing the spitball. I throw the spitball all the time. Spit at the screen all the time. And I spit on some people I don't like, so they stay away from me. All right, so let's see. That's okay. I'm using digital diamond baseball as a helper, right? You can use the engine to replay seasons and so on and so forth. All the games are replayed, so I have all the standings, but I replay my team, right? All right, here's Fred Lynn batting second, and that's going to be a 43. Now, that's generally a walk, and it will not be a walk, and that is a pop-up. So he pops it up into shallow center field. Out goes Todd Cruz, who's the shortstop for the Mariners. Let's look at the Mariners defense, right? Let's look at that. And I can do that quickly here as well. Let's just open this up a little bit. The defense, right, in the infield, it's Castillo at third, Todd Cruz at short, Jose Cruz at second, and a guy named Jay Mailer at first. Gaylord Perry, of course, on the mound, and Jim Essien from I remember him with the Chicago White Sox in the late 70s. He's behind the plate, and Bhakti, Henderson in center, and Al Cowens in right field. And I remember Al Cowens from, of course, the Kansas City Royals. All right, so let's close that up. We already saw that, and let's bring this down here and get on with the ball game, right? All right, let's see. Who's up? Rod Carew. 2 outs now here in the top of the first inning. Rod Carew is batting .280 on the season. He was a .319 hitter. Here's the pitch from Perry, a 51. That's a shortstop error potentially on Todd Cruz. With a 62, I highly doubt it. He would only be a part-timer if he had that high an error number. And it's a ball he does handle, bobbles for a split second, fires to first, and just gets the speedy Carew at first base. All right, bottom of the first, no score, with the Mariners coming to bat here at the Kingdome in Seattle, 1982. And it's a 26, and that's going to be a ground ball through for a base hit up the middle. And Cruz will try to steal. Let's look quickly at Ferguson and his arm. His arm is an average arm. His error is an 11. Okay. And it's going to be a 66. So he's going to be out, right? He's going to be out. It's a 54, but they throw him out. The throw down from Ferguson and the tag by Grich. And he is out at second base. R1X. All right, Castillo at the plate. Here's the pitch, and it's a 51 again. Another possible error on the shortstop. Ooh, a 21. What did we just say it was? I don't think we did. Foley. Foley. Did I look at the wrong guy before? I think I just did. It's a 21. He boots it. All right. So it's going to be an E6, right? Let me double check that, right? 21, his error rating. Tim Foley's error rating at short is a 22. So his ground ball hits off the heel of his glove, rolls away, and on at first is Manny Castillo. All right, Bruce Bhakti. Here's a pitch. Let me focus in on the game. That's lifted to center. Lynn, easy out. Bruce Bhakti flies out to center. And next up is Richie Zisk. Remember him? He played the whole season, hit 21 home runs, batted 290. He's a hell of a hitter. I remember him with the Angel Moreno with a 2, and that'll be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. I remember Richie Zisk with the Pirates in the 70s. Reggie Jackson leads off here in the top of second. Now this game plays super fast. That's 53. That's going to be a range play to right field. There's no way that Cowens is an A. So this is going to drop in, right? A little looping liner. Will Cowens get there? And Cowens does not get there. And it drops in. It's a single for Jackson. So Reggie is on at first. Bobby Grich, not a great hit and run guy. He did have a bunch of sacrifice hits. So let's roll. The first roll, the black roll will be who it goes to, and then the white roll will be if it's good or not. And it's going to be a good bunt. It's going to be back to the first baseman. So it's an SH3. Runner moves to second base, so Bobby Grich bunts him over, and here comes Don Baylor. The pitch by Gaylord Perry, and that's a 32. That's going to be a base hit. And will the run score? If he's an X, he will score. He's a Y. He does not score. Y is a little bit slower than an X, so he's going to pull up at third base. They're going to hold him up at third base, but there's runners on first and third. And let's just make sure there's no stolen base there. No. Stolen base is when it's shaded in green. That means he goes. I use the automatic stolen base. I can't be, figuring out every percentage all the time. I don't know. If you like that, that's fine. You do it. I just don't play that way. Doug DeCinces with one out. Baylor's at first. Jackson's at third. Perry gets the sign. Sets and deals. Here's the pitch. A 51. Another error roll, but this time it's on second baseman Cruz. Second baseman Cruz at second base. It's a 51, 21, and it's 22. So now instead of that, it's going to be a possible double play. Cruz's arm is an average arm, which means, and if you look here, he's a V, right? That's the letter that most guys have. 1 to 3, it will be a 4-6-3 double play, and it's a 2. So Cruz goes to Cruz, back to first, 4-6-3 double play, and that ends the inning. So DeCinces grounds out to the double play, and the Angels lose a big opportunity here, bottom of second. Jim Mailer with a 45. That most likely is an out of 2 for, yep, it is a fly ball left field. Right there is Brian Downing. Oh, I didn't do the infield. I got to do the defense. Let me do the defense for the Angels, right? Let me do the defense for the Angels. In the infield, DeCinces, Foley, Grich, and Carew around the infield. Behind the plate is Ferguson. On the mound is Angel Moreno. In the outfield is Downing, Lynn, and Jackson. All right. Al Cowens. He brings up a 6-game hitting streak with him to the plate. 1 gone right now, and here's the pitch to Cowens. It is a 26, and against a lefty, it's a base hit. Rips one to right, and it's a 7-game hitting streak right now. Jim Estienne now. Now, with 1 out, I usually hit and run. He's got a good hit and run guy. There goes the runner. And it's a 36. Now for hit and run, you look at this chart, 36 is a C swing stolen base attempt. Is there any negative for stolen base attempts? I don't know. There may be. Tries to steal at a minus 20. Ouch. Okay, so he's going to be a minus 20 on the steal. And he's a 44, so that's a 24. And that is a 52. He's thrown out. So it's a stolen base attempt, R1X. He's thrown out at second base. Essien. The pitch, 62. Struck him out. And that ends the inning. So players being aggressive and getting thrown out at second base. Here's Tim Foley in the top of the third inning. The pitch from Gaylord Perry is a 12, and that's line base hit. Joe Ferguson. Ferguson bunted only once. Not a good hit and run guy. He'll swing away. Here's the pitch, and a 32 is going to be a base hit. And X will take the extra base. Foley is a Y. Yeah, he's a Y, so he'll stop at second base. So the first two men get on base here in the top of the third for the Angels. Angels have a tremendous offense, by the way. Here is Downing, the pitch. And that's a 22, which will be a ground ball, possible double play to the third baseman. So he pulls one down the line to Castillo. Let's see if Castillo can turn it into a double play. Castillo's arm is, at third base, he's an average arm, a V, it's called. And a V will, at third base, is different than at second base. Oh, no, it actually is the same thing. It's a 1-3. So 1-3, it's a 5-4-3 round the horn. It's a 5, so he's going to go to second. It's going to be a G5-4, and runners on first and third. So Lynn is up next. So far today he's 0 for 1. One out. Runners at the corners. Fred Lynn. Here's a pitch from Perry, and it is a 41, and that's ball 4. That is ball 4. And that's going to load the bases, right? All right, so now it's Carew. He strolls to the plate. He entered the game batting .280 with 2 RBIs. One gone here in the top of the third. The bases are loaded. Rod Carew, one of probably the best hitters of the 70s and 80s. Just a guy that was a pure raker, right? Here's a pitch. Infield will be back. There's no score. Here's the pitch, and it's a 36. Now, if it's a 4 on Perry, and it is a 4, so that's going to be a drive down the line, fair ball into the corner. Cowens plays the carom. In comes Foley, Downing right behind him. Lynn, unless he's going to stop at third base. We're going to hold him at third base, and it's going to be second and third here with one out. Two men come in, and it's a 2-0 lead. So Rod Carew shows up big here with the bases loaded in the top of the third, and the Angels lead it. So here's an extremely dangerous hitter. So far today, he's 1 for 1, one down. Lynn is parked on third. Carew takes his lead off second. You know what? And we are going to walk Reggie. Reggie's batting .273. We're going to face Bobby Grich with one out. Looking for the double play. Infield's back. Well, double play depth. 42, and that's going to be ball 4. That's going to force in a run. And now it's 3-0. So Gaylord Perry is in a bind here, right? Baylor so far today's 1 for 1. One gone at the top of the third. The bases are loaded. And here's the pitch from Perry. And that's going to be a 36 again. And that's going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfield and roll to the wall. And let's see if the runner on first, he's not a reckless runner. So he's going to hold up. And 2 more RBIs. And it's 5-0. And pitching coach is going to go out to see Gaylord Perry right now. He's given up 5 runs in this inning. There's only 1 out. Runners on second and third. We are going to intentionally walk Doug DeCinces again, looking for that double play. And we're going to pitch to Tim Foley. Gaylord Perry gets the sign. He entered the game batting .258 with a home run and 3 RBIs. 1 gone here in the top of the third. The bases are loaded up for Tim Foley. Here's the pitch from Gaylord Perry, 15, and that's a fly ball right field. Now there's going to be a play at the plate on this because it says assist ? That means there's going to be a play at the plate, and Bobby Grich is going to try to tag up. Let's look at the outfielder in right field, who is Al Cowan. See his arm. And this is, I play it straight up this way, 36. So on a 36 or less, he's out at the plate. Here's the throw, and he is out. Out at the plate on the tag. So it's a fly ball, right field. Runner on third is out. And that's going to be a DP. And let's see if that'll read it, and that'll be the end of the inning. Yes, it is. So Al Cowens with a fantastic throw, throws out the tagging runner, and the Angels score 5 runs in the top of the fifth, go to the bottom of the third. All right, coming up next is Dave Henderson. He's a rookie, Dave Henderson. He's not. I remember there's an older Dave Henderson during this time period in the 70s and 80s. This is a 23-year-old Dave Henderson. He entered the game batting .214 with a home run and 4 RBIs. Nobody down here in the bottom of the third. Angel Moreno with a 5-4 lead. Now this is a 54 chart. 54 chart, field day chart, so he could hit a home run. And that's going to be a 34. A 34 is going to say a deep fly ball to center field. And you got to look at the range. This is like a range play. Otherwise, it's going to be a triple. So let's look at Lynn. What is Lynn here? Lynn is center fielder. He's a C. So a C on a 34 is a 3-6. He makes a diving catch, and he no. It's going to be past Lynn all the way to the wall. Backing him up is Downing, the throw in, and the relay to third, and not nearly in time. It's a triple, a leadoff triple for Dave Henderson. Todd Cruz now. And the Angels playing, they're willing to give up a run for an out. Here's the pitch. And it's a 32. That's a base hit. And the Mariners are on the board. All right, so it's Cruz adjusting his gloves for a moment. Now he's ready. Nobody down. Cruz has a lead from first. Todd Cruz. This is Julio Cruz at the plate, a 33. And that will be a base hit, and runner will take third. So we got first and third now. Got first and third here with nobody out. It's a 5-1 Angels lead here in the bottom of the third. Here is Manny Castillo and the pitch. Infield's back. It's a 46, a ground ball, possibly a. Okay, so this is interesting. This is interesting because you're going to get Rod Carew is a U. You don't see a lot of U's defensively, but he had an outstanding season in 1982 at first base. And a U will be 1 to 5, well, actually 1 to 3 for a U first baseman. So on a 1 to 3, he will turn the double play, and he does. 3-6-3 double play, and a run scores. But the Angels pick up 2 outs on a fantastic play by Rod Carew, who had an unbelievable 1982 defensive season, and he earned himself a U, which is basically unbelievable. I don't think that's the word, but you got to look it up in the rules. But it means the same thing. Here's Bruce Bochy. Bruce Bochy, he stands to take his turn. So far today he's 0 for 1, 2 out. He's batting .286 with 1 home run and 6 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And he's a 62. That's a swing and a miss. And Moreno strikes him out, pumps his fist, and that retires the side. So they pick up a couple of runs. It's a 5-2 game. We're in the top of the fourth. Top of the fourth, Joe Ferguson for the California Angels, right? And let's do it. Let's see what happens. Here's a roll. Let's set this up a little bit better. It's a 23, and that'll be a swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes. chases a ball out of the zone. That brings up Brian Downing. Downing today's 0 for 2. Pitch. And it's a 61. Swing and a miss. And he goes down on strikes. The spitball gets him. 2 down. Freddie Lynn. Freddie Lynn, 0 for 1. And a 64. That will be a tapper right back to Perry. Picks it up over to first. And that retires the side. So that was a super easy inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Perry. And it's Richie, I believe it's Richie Zisk leads off here against Angel Moreno. It's 5-2. California leads it. So there's been a lot of 11 hits so far and 7 runs. So it's taking a lot longer than it normally would. A 36 is going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfielder. So Zisk gets a hold of one and drives it. And that's going to get to the wall. And it's lined hard to left, past Downing. He finally chases it down, and Zisk is headed to second with a double. Stands on second base. And a guy named Jim Mailer, the pitch. And that is going to be a 44 on Moreno. 44 will be a base on balls. So that's going to put 2 men on with nobody out. See, now this is where I wanted to talk a little bit about my approach to endurance and stamina and, changing pitchers. All right, so Cowan strides to the plate so far today. He's 1 for 1, nobody out. Zisk is on at second. Mailer takes his lead from first. So you got 2 men on, nobody out. Al Cowens is not going to bunt here. He's going to swing away. And the pitch is going to be a 63. That should be a strikeout. Oh, no. It's going to be a fly ball to right field now. I'm going to see if I could try to tag up with Zisk. Let's see what kind of speed he has. A Z. Yeah, I'm going to hold him. So it's a fly out right field. Jackson is there. And next, that's 1 out. Next up is Jim Essien. And he's 0 for 1 today. And Zisk leads off second. Here's the pitch. That's a 32. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be a ground ball, and that's through for a base hit. X will score. That's going to load up the bases. We're going to hold Zisk at third. Bases loaded here with 1 out. So Angel Moreno is in trouble. Bottom of the 4th. He's given up 7 hits so far. Let's take a look. And again, you can't just pull guys early in the game, because then you're going to wear out your bullpen. So you have to always consider that. Let me look at the box score to see how many walks Moreno's given up, so we can add that. Let me see. Moreno's given up 1 walk, 7 hits so far. So he's a hit here can push me to the put me on the verge of pulling him. Let's see what happens. It's Dave Henderson, who's a 14 home runs with a 250 batting average. Let's see what happens. We're playing back, looking for that double play, and let's see what the roll is. A 43, and that's going to be popped up. We got lucky there. And that is on the left side. Tim Foley on the outfield grass. He waits for it, makes the catch. So that was an automatic out, the infield fly rule. And next up is Todd Cruz. Todd Cruz was a 230 hitter. With 16 home runs, we had a little bit of power. He is the shortstop for so they had Cruz at shortstop and Cruz at second base. All right, let's see if Angel Moreno can get out of this. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be trouble. Ooh, no, you know what? This is a line drive to center field. Lynn racing in, slides, and makes a fantastic catch. Fred Lynn showing off, flashing a little bit of the leather. Line drive, center field. Fred Lynn comes up with it, and that retires the side. So Lynn robs Todd Cruz of a couple of RBIs at least here with 2 outs. And they leave the bases loaded. So we go to the top of the 5th. Let's get this game to move along. It's kind of in slow motion. It's a 41. That's going to be ball 4. Not only is it ball 4, and Rod Cruz is going to go, and he is out, thrown out. Throw from Essien is right on the money, and tagging him out is Todd Cruz. So it's SBR1X, and that's one away. So Cruz singles, and then is caught stealing. Here's Reggie Jackson with a 31, and that's a ground ball base hit to right field. So back-to-back hits. Perry again, he's given up 7 hits as well. He's struggling. And here's Bobby Grich, the pitch. And that's a 34, and that's going to be line base hit. And it's going to be knocked down by the shortstop. And they will hold Jackson at second base. So we got first and second, 1 out. Don Baylor, so far today he's 2 for 2, 2 RBI. Jackson takes his lead off second. Grich leads off first, and the pitch by Gaylord Perry. The spitter, oh, that's going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfield and roll to the wall. We're going to try a run roll, and for Grich, oh, and that's going to turn it into something. He's trying to score from first base here with 1 out, and a run rule. Where's the run rule? Should have it here somewhere, hopefully. I don't think I do. I think that's one thing I have not printed out. So let's look at the run rule very quickly. Where is it? All right. Let's get the run rule. Here's the Fall Classic, STB, official field day rules. All right. The run rule with a 1, it's going to be interesting. Let's see what that 1 tells us. The 1 tells us if you roll a 1, you got to roll down. You got to scroll down, excuse me. A 1, it's a risk run with risk decision at third base. If the runner tries for the extra base, the outfielder must decide whether or not to throw. All reckless runners will run through it. The outfielder decides to throw, then use a D6, 1-3 out, 4-6. Outfielder option risk, a U 1-5, an S. Okay, so let's look at the outfielder. This is to left field. Our left field outfielder is going to be Bhakti, Bruce Bhakti. So let's look. Wrong side. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Bruce Bhakti from left field is a 20. Oh, it's his arm rating is a V, so it is going to still be a 1-3. So 1, 2, 3. What was it again? What did I say? Oh, Jesus. Okay, so it's a 1, 2, 3. He's out. 4, 5, 6. He's safe. And then on this one, I could cut off the ball and cuts and throws. The lead runner is out. Run down. I don't want to do all that. So trailing run. Okay, if the trailing runner batter can advance. Okay, so on this one we're going to advance the trailing runner because we're going to throw to the plate. And here is the throw to the plate from Bruce Bhakti, and the Grich coming around trying to score. And here it is. And he is 1, 2, 3 is out. He is safe. And the runner Grich, the batter will go. So 1, 2, 3 is out. 4, 5, 6 is safe. And so Baylor gets into third base. So this is going to be a tricky 1, 2. So it's a double to left field. Runner 1 gets 1 extra base. Runner 0, runner at the plate. Let's see if that'll work. And everybody should come in to score. Yes. All right. So it's 7-2, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it for Perry. So Gaylord Perry, spitter or no, is going to get replaced. And this is where the my helper comes in, right? Because it's going to show me who's available. Why did the... Okay, I clicked on the wrong side. Let's go to the home team. I clicked on the away team. All right. So Don Baylor with a big double. Drives two more runs in, so he's got 4 RBIs on the day. Now, we got a bunch of guys here. We got a guy. Stanton is available. Larry Anderson is available. We're going to call on Larry Anderson.
And how do I decide? I just found he hasn't been used very much. So he's got only innings pitched only 2% and games usage only 3%. So he's available, clearly available, and we're going to bring him in. So let's do that. Let's grab Anderson. And these are the tall pitcher cards. I got a video on the tall pitcher cards, so check that out. Larry Anderson, there he is. So out goes Gaylord Perry, giving up 7 runs so far, and Baylor at third base is his run. If he comes in, it's his runner. All right, so here's Doug DeCinces. So we're going to play the infield in at this point. And here's the pitch. Oh, I didn't roll for Larry Anderson. He will have his 4 stuff. Not very good. 24, and that'll be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Anderson. That's 2 outs. Infield regular depth. Here's Foley. And the 23 will be high fly, center field. Calling for it is Henderson, or waiting for it is Henderson. He makes the out, and that retires the side. 7-2 Angels. We are at the bottom of the 5th. Man, we can't get through an inning here without a couple of guys on base. It really slows down the game. Angel Moreno's still in there, believe it or not. He's faced 18 batters. He can face 27. Here's the pitch at 26, and that's a base hit for Julio Cruz. Now, it does say he can steal. I'm going to override that, down by 5 runs, even though it is early. Julio Cruz has a really good percentage. There he goes, and he is out. Holy smokes. The throw down by Ferguson, and he is out at second base. Ferguson guns him down. Runner 1 is out. I mean, my thinking behind that, I realize I'm down by 5 runs, but I avoid the double play. It's still early enough where if I score 1 run here, 2 runs the next inning, it's now 7-5. 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th, and I tie the game, right? So you got to measure kind of am I aggressive? But I mean, he has a very high percentage. He's a really good base stealer. 1 out. Manny Castillo, the pitch, snake eyes, and that's a base hit. Lines 1 to lines 1 to left center. Played on a hop by Downing. He's on at first. Bruce Bhakti. Pitch, and that's a 22, which will be a hard hit ball right at second base. Scritch flips to Foley, the throw to Carew. 4-6-3 double play. They turn it, and that ends the inning. Top of the 6th, Joe Ferguson, 66, and that's a deep drive, left field, way back. That ball is gone. Out of here. Joe Ferguson blasts one. See the replay of that. And Anderson gets the sign from Eshin, the pitch, and that ball is absolutely crushed to center field. Henderson just turns and watches a towering home run for Joe Ferguson. Brian Downing is up. That was the replay. All right. It's a 22, and that's bounced to third. Easy play for Castillo. Next up is Freddie Lynn, the pitch from Larry Anderson with a 61. Struck him out. That's 2 away. And Rod Carew today, he's entered the game batting .280. And he is 1 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to Carew, and the Carew with a 63 will be a high fly. Popped up right field. And Collins waits for it, puts it away. All right, Richie Zisk leads off here in the bottom of the 6th. So Angel Moreno, not a good pitcher at all, is hanging in there. He's only allowed 2 runs on 9 hits. We give him a lot of hits, so he'll get pulled soon because he had almost a 5 ERA and does not go deep into games. He's already faced 21 batters, but he's still going to face some more. Let's see what happens. That's 21 on this card, and that's a drive to left on the run is Downing, and Downing races it down. Next up is 62, and that's a swing and a miss, strikeout. Mailer strikes out. And Cowens with 2 outs of 34. 34 will be a bounce to the short up the middle. Spinning is Foley. Throw to first in time. So good play by Foley. And that's 3 up, 3 down. We'll go top of the 7th. Reggie Jackson leads off against Anderson. Here's the pitch, and that's a 54 chart. And that's going to be a 31, which is a potential walk. We got to look at the catcher. So this is the framing ability of Essien. His framing ability is a C. So it's C is 3 to 6. 3 to 6, it's a strikeout. And it's a 2, so that's ball 4. So Jackson walks. He's on at first. And Bobby Grich, 8 to 2 to score. That's a 56, and that should be a strikeout. It is not. It's going to be a bounce to the third. Advancing will be Jackson. Don Baylor's up now. Don Baylor's having quite a day. So far today, he's 3 for 3 with 4 RBI. 1 gone here in the top of the 7th. Jackson is at second. The pitch to Baylor, and that's a 64. And tap right back to the pitcher. Advancing will be Jackson to third, and that brings up Doug DeCinces. DeCinces is entered the game batting .240 with 7 home runs, 14 RBIs, 2 gone, top of the 7th. Jackson is parked at third, and pitch. And it's a 44. 44 will be a bounce to the short, easy play for Cruz, and that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch. Get your last brewski before the concession closes down. It's Jim Essien leading off here against Angel Moreno, who's hanging in there for us. And a 32 is going to be line base hit. So Essien singles. He's got a knock. He stands at first. Nobody gone. And it's Dave Henderson. The pitch to Dave Henderson is a 52, and that's going to be a range single and a possible error on DeCinces. Let's see, what is his throwing error? So here we have fielding errors and throwing errors. It's very low, so it will not be a throwing error, but it will be a single. So it's a hard hit. It's a smash to third. DeCinces knocks it down and holds on to the ball rather than rushing the throw. So it's going to be a single, and that puts Angel Moreno in a situation where now he's faced 26 batters, and we can pull him right now. Why mess around? It's the top of the 7th. There's nobody out. There's 2 men on. Let's bring somebody else out. Let's see. Don Ossie doesn't have a lot of endurance. Stan Bonson I've used quite a lot. Let's see, who else do I have available? Terrible. Sanchez. I may bring in Sanchez. Andy Hassler's also available. Oh, he's a little bit tired. So I don't have a lot going on here. I got Stan Bonson, who I can bring him in for game usage is pretty high, but inning pitch usage is low. So let's call on Bonson. See, hopefully we'll push him to give us some innings here in a game that so far is a blowout. But it's still early. So don't go away because it's still early. Let's grab Bonson. We need somebody to give us some innings, and he's got low innings in terms of the season so far. It gives you the percentage of games played to innings pitched, right, to match reality. All right, so we're having trouble finding Stan Bonson. Here he is, got him. All right. So we're going to roll for him, see what kind of stuff he's got. He's got his 5 stuff, not very good. He's good, doesn't give up a lot of home runs, which is good. All right, so Bonson is in there. And it is Cruz, Todd Cruz, who's up. There's 2 men on, there's nobody out. It is 8 to 2. Do I bunt? He's a good bunter. 7th inning, 2 runs come in, it's 8 to 4. You know what, I'm going to bunt here. Let's do it. First number will be the fielder, and that a 4 will be the pitcher, and a 6. Ooh, a 6 on a bunt. All right, equal to a good bunt. The runner advance. Otherwise, the lead runner is out. The fielder's choice. So home run rating now 0 innings. Okay, so the first die roll is. Okay, so it's a strike, and it's you can try again. So that here it says a good bunt, but if it's not a good bunt, the 6 makes it a strike 2 count, and that's going to reduce. So it's going to bring him down to a. He's a 5 bunter, which is good. It brings him down to a 3. Should I? Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong guy here. Hold on a second. They both have 5, by the way. All right, so it brings it down to a 3. Should I still bunt with 2 strikes? That's the question. Todd Cruz is a 230 hitter. I'm gonna try it again. It's bunted to the pitcher, and that's a good bunt, unless the pitcher has a strong arm. Let's see what kind of arm he has. He has an average arm. Okay, so then that means it's going to be a good bunt to the pitcher. Both runners advance. SH1. And that puts 2 runners in scoring position. So a single here would make the score 8-4. Still the 7th inning. All right, here's Julio Cruz. So we're looking for a base hit and the pitch. It's a 62, and that should be a strikeout, and it is. He swings and misses at a high fastball, and that's 2 away. Manny Castillo is a 260 hitter. He's up, and here's the pitch, and that's going to be trouble. That's going to be a drive down the line. Fair ball into the corner. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and standing at second base is Manny Castillo. 8-4 the score. Next up is Bruce Bhakti. The pitch is going to be a 46, and a 46 is 5 or 6 base on balls, and that's going to be a base on balls. Stan Bonson, not known for his control at this point. 1982, here's a Richie Zisk with a home run here. The tying run, by the way, is on deck. With a home run here, Zisk makes it 8-7, and Zisk has good power. So Stan Bonson, but it's going to be tough on Zisk because Bonson does not give up a lot of home runs. Here's the pitch to Zisk, and that's going to be a 24, which is a check swing, and they ring him up, and Zisk is livid, does not agree, does not think he went, but that retires the side. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Tim Foley leads off here against Larry Anderson. Oh, Anderson is done. So Anderson is done. Let's call on somebody else. We're going to call on Mike Stanton. Now, I remember Mike Stanton with the Yankees I think that's the same Mike Stanton. 10 years down the road. Stanton must be really young here. Let's look at his age. 29. No, it can't be the same Mike Stanton, because he would have been 39. He would have been 42, and I don't remember Stanton being that. Anyway, it's Mike Stanton. See what kind of stuff he will have. He will have his 4 stuff. 322. He's got a good card. So Mike Stanton is in there, and it's Tim Foley leading off. Top of the 8th, 23, and that'll be a pop-up center field. Waiting for it is Henderson. 1 down. Joe Ferguson pitch, and that's going to be a 43, which will be a base on balls. Nope, it's actually a pop-up middle infield. Both Cruz and Cruz come together, and it's Todd Cruz who calls off Julio Cruz. So 2 away, and here's Brian Downing. Downing today is 0 for 4, 23, and that'll be a fly ball left field. Backing up a couple of steps is Bhakti, and that retires the side. Jim Mailer is up. Stan Bonson on the mound. Here's the pitch, 34. Bonson has a high hit rating, and a 34 will be a ground ball through up the middle, and that's a base hit. So Mailer's on with a single. Next is Al Cowens, pitched by Bonson, 35, and that'll be ripped to right. Jackson standing right there, positioned perfectly, and that's out number 1. Bonson is running out of gas. Here's Essien, the pitch, and it's a 42, and that'll be ball 4. And that's all she wrote for Stan Bonson. He did what he could. Not a good pitcher. He was just supposed to eat up some innings for me. Let's see. We're gonna go to. I still have Renko's available. Renko's available. Who else available? Luis Sanchez is available. Let's call on Luis Sanchez. See if Luis Sanchez can finish this game up for us. It's a long one, I feel. It's just some games take longer than others. This game plays super fast, by the way. But all right, just when you have a game here, I'll tell you what the deal is. Right? It's 8-4. That's 12 runs, 23 hits, 1 error, and then of course the base on balls. All that takes additional time, and it's not a race, but it's not a great game either. Henderson, again, the time run is on deck. Here's the pitch to Henderson with a 63, and that should be a swing and a miss. Oh no, yes, strikes him out. Chases a slider in the dirt. Here is Todd Cruz. I could pinch hit for Todd Cruz. Let's do that. Let's pinch hit for Todd Cruz. We'll call in a lefty. Lefty. Let's. Todd Cruz is a terrible hitter. I mean, let's try to do something here, make something happen. Joe Simpson will pinch hit. All right, here's the pitch from Luis Sanchez, and that's a 32, and that's going to be a base hit. So that's a base hit, and that's going to load the bases. So the tying run is at the plate. So Joe Simpson picks up a pinch hit single, and here's Julio Cruz with the bases loaded. Pitch, and it's a 43, which will be a base on balls. That's gonna force in a run. 8-5 now. Next is Manny Castillo. Pitch from Luis Sanchez. It's a 32. That's gonna be a base hit. And Simpson at second base. Simpson's second base is an X. He's gonna score, and Cruz at first will also advance to third. So 2 runs come in on a Manny Castillo single, making the score 8-7. So it is. I told you. I mean, there's no pitching here. It's just about hitting. Bruce Bhakti with runners on first and third and 2 outs. Sanchez gets the sign from Ferguson. He's 0 for 3 today. And here's the pitch, and that's a 63, which finally he will get out of it with a swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. Curveball gets Bhakti, and that retires the side. But the Seattle Mariners pick up 3 runs here in the bottom of the 8th, so now we got a heck of a game here, 8-7. It's 8-10-1 for the Angels, 7-15-0 for the Mariners. Top of the 9th, Stanton is still in there against Freddie Lynn. Pitch, and that's 26, which against a righty will be a line drive base hit to left. So he goes Oppo, and he's on at first at 26. Yeah, he won't be stealing. Rod Carew. Oh, I had to bring in the new shortstop. Hold on a second. Got to bring in a new shortstop for Simpson. Who's it going to be? Paul Cerna. Paul Cerna comes in, bats 9th. All right, and Freddie Lynn is up. 26 a base hit for Lynn. He's on at first. Rod Carew's up, and we're gonna hit and run. There goes the runner, and this is a 33, which will be a BC swing. All right, he's an A. So all right, so this is ground out to first base. Runner will advance. So he gets the bat on the ball. and he advances Lynn, which was his job. Here's Reggie Jackson. We're going to walk Jackson. And that creates a double play opportunity. And here's Bobby Grich. Now Stanton can face, how many batters can he face? He can face 8 batters. So far he's faced 6, so he's still good. Here's the pitch to Grich, and that is a 32. So that's going to be a line drive, base hit, and X will score. I don't think Lynn is an X, by the way, because X is pretty fast. Lynn is an X, he'll come around to score. Jackson is a Y, so he'll stop at second base. So let's do that. We got to input that. So it's a base hit. And runner on second scores. And that's it. So it's a shot. Let's see. Stanton rocks and fires. Shot right back through the box, off the glove of Stanton, and into center field. Henderson comes up to cut it off, and that's going to be a single for Grich. Scoring from second is Lynn, and Jackson advances to second. Baylor now digs in. He's batting 173 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. He entered the game, of course, in this game. That's changed. So far today, he is 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. So he's doubled his RBI output in one game for the season. Don Baylor has really struggled in the first 14 games of the season. So that's going to be it for Stanton. We're pulling Stanton here. Let's see, we're pulling Stanton, and we're going to call on long middle Beatty, Jim Beatty. Call on Jim Beatty. Got a fly going around. There he is. Beatty comes in. And he is a 6. Doesn't give up a lot of home runs. And it's going to be Don Baylor with 2 men on, 1 out, top of the 9th. It's 9-7 now. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 63. Beatty it's a swing and a miss. Fastball blows it by Baylor. And Baylor strikes out for out number 2. And here's Doug DeCinces. Always dangerous with good power. 23 will be a high fly. Center field. Henderson back and squeeze it for the out, and that retires the side. Last licks. The Mariners are down by 2. Sanchez is on the mound. Richie Zisk is at the plate. And here's the pitch, and that is a 32, and that's line. Base hit to left, so he rips one to left. And he stands, so the tying run is at the plate. Jim Mailer, the pitch, and that is a 55, which is a 3-6 home run, and Sanchez does not give up many home runs. I got to check something out on the rules here. All right, so we're back. It is let's see, runner on first, Zisk, so the tying run is at the plate, and I rolled a 55, and that is going to be a fly ball to left field, and it is Downing. And it's Downing's there, and he makes the catch for the out. Here is Al Cowens now. So there's how many outs? 1 away. Al Cowens. Not going to pinch hit for him. Luis Sanchez. Luckily, Luis Sanchez is a -1 on the home run. That saved me right there. Otherwise, that would have been a 2-run blast, and it would have been tied. 62, that should be a strikeout, and it is. He swings and misses at a high fastball. Chases. They went up the ladder on him, and he's a hitter, but got fooled there. Couldn't catch up to it. Sanchez bringing his heat. And here is Essien. Essien is a righty, so what we're going to do here is pinch hit. We're going to pinch hit with a lefty. Let's see who we can grab. Oh, you know what? I keep on hitting it, clicking the wrong spot for a pinch hitter. It's right down here on the screen where you see the lineup. There'll be like a little choice there. and it'll give you the opportunity. Lenny Randle is been used up a little bit. I got one. The catcher is the only guy that I could bring in. He's a righty, so I'm not going to go in that direction. When the guys I think turn red, that's when 7% usage, 9% usage. Lenny Randle's been used 24% of his usage, and it's only the 13th game of the season. So we want to used in game, injured, does not meet minimum. Oh, okay. All right, so the orange mean does not meet minimum. So let's pinch hit with Lenny Randle. Let's do that. So let's grab Randle. And if anybody's out there that knows how to use this, I think I'm using it the right way, right? So it's going to be Lenny Randle coming to bat. He's a switch hitter. Any power? No power at all. But he, historically he could hit a little bit. He had a couple of 300 seasons, at least one I know of. So Randle was this guy at first, and he is replacing Essien, right? Does Essien have any power? Essien, well, he's not going to hit a home run anyway. We're not going to hit home runs against Luis Sanchez because Sanchez is very, very stingy when it comes to giving up home runs. So there's 2 outs. It's 9-7 Angels, 9-12 and 1 for the Angels, 7-16 and 0 for the Mariners. So they've basically out hit the Angels, but they're trailing by 2 runs. Here's Lenny Randle, the pitch from Luis Sanchez. 2 out, and that's going to be a 21, which will be a fly ball left field. 16 would be a ground. 21 is going to turn into a grounder. So that's bounced to short. He will go to the second baseman for the force, G64. And the reason is that if you look up here, Luis Sanchez has a G. So that means 21 rolls become grounders. 16, if he had an F, a 16, which is a grounder, would become a fly ball. So the more you play it, then you can add that. You don't have to add that. It doesn't make really a big difference. But that's the ball game. And you can put that one in the books. The final score, California 9, Seattle 7. Now what we're going to do now is save. And that'll give us the final box score. And then we're going to play up all the other games. Right? Let's see. Box score. So the Angels improved their record to 10-4. And the Mariners are 6-8. So Dom Baylor is going to get the headline. Dom Baylor and Angel Moreno picked up the win to help Dom Baylor's player of the game performance, 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and 4 RBIs. And the Angels are now 10-4. And that's pretty much it. 12 hits for the Angels, 16 hits for the Mariners. A couple of players had 3 hits each. Cruz had 3 hits and Castillo had 3 hits. So 3 hits. So the top of the order did very, very well for the Mariners. But it was the third place batter went 0 for 4. Zisk went 2 for 5. Mailer went 1 for 4, and Collins went 1 for 5. So those guys did not drive them home. Well, they scored 7 runs, so I guess they did drive him home, right? So Moreno is 1-1. He's got a 4.05 ERA. And Perry goes to 2-1 with a 3.22 ERA. He got knocked out after 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 7 earned runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. And then they had 3 more pitchers who came in to finish out the game. So this is Tony Porter. Remember to like and subscribe. This is Field Day Baseball. This is a fantastic game, a terrific game. I don't know what else to tell you. Check it out. Try it out. You can try it for free. What is there to lose? ASG Games. But I'll tell you, go check out my video on reading the Field Day card. Right? Take a look at that, and that'll go. I go from 11 all the way to 66, and I go over every single symbol and what it means, and that'll give you, a heads up, right? On what's going to be coming up, and then you can, of course, ask me any questions you want, and then if I need to do another video about something else, I will. And thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. That's an important part of YouTube, right? And
What else? That's about it. I'm getting ready to, once I finish this series, I'm going to go into season ticket baseball. You're going to get a lot of that on my channel as well. It's a lot of fun. It's an easy game to play. It's really well designed, well prepared, has fantastic rules where they're easy to understand, and there's a lot of support on the Facebook page. Go to Season Ticket Facebook page and join that, and you'll see there's a lot of excitement around that game, and I'm going to continue to push that excitement as well. And I'm going to add to that excitement a little bit. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon. The Angels win this one, and had a pretty good team, pretty good squad. Let me talk a little bit quickly about the next game and who's going to pitch for the Angels in the next game. It's going to be Bruce Kison versus Floyd Bannister. So it's a righty versus lefty. I believe Kison's 2-0 with a 2.35 ERA. He had a good season. Bannister's 1-2 with a 5.23 ERA. So that's going to be an exciting game for sure. We'll see if I upload that one. I'm not sure if I will, but I'm going to do fast play right now. We're going to play all the other games that I. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no, this is not a doubleheader day. Okay, I always got to make sure it's not a doubleheader day before I play out all the games, because a couple of times I didn't look and it was a doubleheader day and I automatically played the second game of the doubleheader, but now I check. But you can always undo it. Doesn't matter. If you can play it and then you just undo it and then you play it yourself, or you just move on if you don't, if it's not a game you feel like playing. Anyway, all right. I will see you guys soon. Take care. So long.